Hi everyone, nice to see you. Sorry the face on camera isn't working today and I'd gone and put makeup on specially for you. No feedback as well, that's good. Here's us trying to be professional and yeah, that's not great, is it? Helps if we put some light on the matter as well. Let's get some better lights on here then, shall we? There we go, that's better. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play around with some gilding gum as well, and I'm also going to be using some fast cast resin. So what else am I going to be doing? I'm going to make some like little ATCs, I think. So here we go. I've got some moulds here. Now, before you start asking me questions, I'm going to tell you exactly what these are all called. So we have, this one here is the Swan Dreams. And Alfie's done a special offer, so he's doing 30% off all of our moulds on the website. So that would mean that this one goes down from 25 to 18 pounds. Okay, so that's the Swan Dreams. That's a really popular one, I know that. One that I'm using today, I love this. I have this myself, as you can tell. It's well loved, and this is numbers. Now you've got numbers 0 to 9, and I shouldn't say 0 to 9, that's not right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and you've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. These are £26 each, so it means that you pay £18.20 for them. I have to say they're incredibly well made, and the detail in them is superb, so you'll love using them. This one is gorgeous. I haven't used this one before and I'm really excited to use it because it's a beautiful damask texture, and in actual fact it is called damask wall. Okay, and this one's a thinner one, so it's cheaper, so it's £16 down to £11.20. so this is damask wall. Now if you're buying them fresh, you could actually use them for food, but you then can't use them for crafting afterwards. You have to just stick with the food. Okay, I've also got to play with here is the mermaid. This is Mermaid Whispers, and she's just absolutely gorgeous. I love her. She's 25 as well, or is she? Yeah, I think she might be 22 actually, down to £15. So that's the moulds that I'm using today. Let me just get rid of all of those out of the way and just dump them on Alfie's desk. There we go. The next thing I need is my fast cast resin. So it comes with, mine haven't got any labels on because I've just got the girls to pop these up for me. But obviously yours will have labels on, and they will be full of instructions as well. You get some stirrers, you get some cups and all of that. Alfie, don't scrape that. I'll just use it as is. That noise in the background. He's trying to clean up the scales. I've just got the scales back from work and my scales are a mess. Yeah. I actually do need those scales, darling. All right, thank you. Thanks very much. But I'm going to mix up quite a lot, so I'm going to just use a plastic cup, a disposable plastic cup. So I'm going to put those away for the moment, and I'm going to use this. I do actually have a silicone mixer which I like to use, and then I don't have to be throwing away all of these, so that I can actually use this over and over again. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this fast cast resin is brilliant stuff. What you need to do is you need to get everything ready beforehand, get all your moulds ready. I've got them in trays so that I can actually pick them up and move them somewhere safe so that they're off my desk while they're setting. All right, so that's all ready. I need some gloves on. So these are not in your kit, so you need to provide your gloves. Get your marigolds out. But a lot of people have got gloves these days. And it's done by weight. Okay, so rather than measuring the volume, which is like 10 ml of this and 10 ml of that, you're doing it by weight, which is why we've got some scales. So I put my cup on first and I press tar, T-A-R-E, and it goes back down to 0. And then I'm going to open up my cups, bottles here. And I think, how much am I going to do? I'm going to do, should I do 50? No, that's not very much. So I'm going to do 100. So, oh, we're on ounces. Let me just turn that down to, it's because we've been, there we go, that's gram, hopefully that's grams. I'm just going to stick with ounces.
Need to zero, just zero it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to stick with ounces because that's where it is. Let's do 1.5. I don't think that's going to be enough for everything that I've got because I've got quite a few moulds out. So I'm just going to carry on to 2 ounces. Let's do 2 ounces. There we go. Perfect. Perfectly 2 ounces. Okay. And I'm going to set it down to 0 again, and then I'm going to do 2 ounces of this. Nice and slow. Just trickle it in bit by bit, and then you've got control over it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a really good stir. And that's going to stir for, can you time me, Alfie? About a minute. Take that from me, thank you. And you can see how lovely and fluid this is, which is absolutely brilliant. And that's why I love this fast cast resin, because it's really, really runny when you first mix it up. It does go thick really quickly because it's a fast cast. The hint is in the name. Okay, so the lovely thing about it being so runny is that it goes into all the tiny little details that you get with these lovely Ziori moulds. I also like the Finnabar ones as well, and we have got an order coming with those. They should be with us next week, so watch out for those as well. Okay, how are we doing on time, Alfie?
32.
Oh gosh, this takes forever. Okay. Getting a little bit bored now.
45.
Because I've got a large amount, I need to do the full minute, because you don't want to waste any of this by just not mixing it for an extra 15 seconds.
Okay, 1 minute.
There we go. Excellent. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that piece of paper that's got a spill on it. I'm going to do a little bit on here, because I think that is gorgeous. Don't go off the edge. Let me just push it up a little bit so that it's spreading out. There we go. And this is a very shallow mould, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that does. I don't want that on the edge, thanks very much. So I'm going to have a little bit, and it will feel warm in your hands. That's normal, okay? That's the chemical reaction. Sorry if my head's in the way. I just want to be able to see. And then I'm going to do this swan. See how fluid it is? It's lovely, isn't it? And what I'm doing, I'm actually squeezing the cup lip together so that I get a nice sort of pouring lip with that. And I'm using my stick just to ease it into all those lovely little edges there, just to... Now stop brushing, Kay, because that's when you start spilling stuff. And then just top that up. There we go. So that should be lovely. And then let me do And number 6.
6 is the other one. Anyway, matter.
No, it's 9. Okay. I'll do number 8. Lovely. And then I also want to do this mermaid before I do any more numbers, because this mermaid is just delicious. See how I'm just doing a really, really thin stream, and I'm just going to help that along into that little curl of hair there with my stick. There we go. Just push that into that hair. There we go. And let's do the tail. Let's come in with the tail there. Then a little bit more here, and then this should push into that hair there. There we go. That's all nicely done. See how fluid that is? It's absolutely beautiful. And that's the beauty of this fast cast one. Right, Alfie, could you help me and just take this off me and put it on the back? I'm just going to put a tiny drop in there, because I can see that needs a little bit more. There we go. Thank you. 2 hands, 2 hands. Oh no, look what I've done here. Look. That's because I'm on this mat and it's not level and it's all flooded off. Right, so this just goes to show that you need to make sure that your desk is level and flat, and I happen to know mine isn't. I thought I'd get away with it, but that's really annoying me now. That is so annoying. Right, let me hold it up while I just pull the last bit on.
No, just put one of these under.
Yeah. There we go. That's the last few drips. And can you see how in my rush I've actually overspilt that? But that's okay, because I'm going to show you how to get over that. I'm going to put that underneath this corner here when Alfie puts it on the desk. Let me just pop it there.
I don't know how level this is.
It's not very level either. My other desk isn't very level. Okay, so that's it. So that will we'll be able to show you that at the end of the session. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these and let's bring on some little ATCs here. So what I've done is I've just splattered a load of black gesso on these ATCs. Okay, and I'm just going to pop them together, and I'm going to put a big stencil over the top. This is Baroque book cover, and it's a large one. It's 8 by 5.5, I believe. Isn't that right, Alfie? 8 by 5.
8 by 5.
8 by 5. Oh no, this is the big one. This is the really big one.
Okay. That might be a special one then, because.
But we do have an 8 by 5 one. And I'm going to use some texture paste. So this is my ultra fine texture paste called True Grit. So it's just going to go right across all 3. Yes, you can use some tape just to tape it all in place so it doesn't move, but I'm just going to use my hand anyway. Oops, let's have a little bit more of that on here. There we go.
Mike says, where are the ATCs from, please? Good question, Mike.
It was a really good question, Mike. I don't know. I found them in my stash.
Yes, we do need to make some.
Yeah, we will make you some, guys. We will make you some. So clean your spatula off, give that a wipe, okay, so you've got it nice and clean, okay. Then take your stencil off and give that a clean as well, or put it onto a piece of paper or another piece in your journal, whichever. I'm just going to get a rag and clean that off, because you need to not leave texture paste on, because it will actually just stick and add extra dimension to your stencil if that's what you want. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm just going to clean up those ATCs. So I'm just going to take the edge, where's my spatula, there we go, and I'm just going to 45 degrees just wipe the knife down the edge, and it takes off any of that excess paste. Okay, so just going to wipe off the excess, 45 degrees like that, just go round. And that just cleans up that lovely edge. There we go. Okay, let's pop that on a fresh piece of recycled card. There we go. And then I'm just going to get my heat gun. I'm just going to blast these because, as you know, I've done this before, that if you heat our texture paste, it bubbles up really nicely. Now, a lovely technique is to actually put some of our ultra fine embossing powder on before you heat it, and that looks amazing. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to heat all this up and see all those bubbles come up. So this will probably take a few minutes on a normal heat gun, but obviously with mine it's just a little bit faster. So what I've done is I've actually heated these already, and I've actually painted them with, I've gone over with black gesso, and then I've dried it, and then I've gone over with a metallic black raven, okay, and that's what's given me this lovely look. I mean, it's so textured, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Just realised I've still got my gloves on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these numbers because I think they're gorgeous. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So what I've done is I've, again, used black gesso on them first, and then I've used black raven black, I should say, which is metallic. Why have I not gone straight over with raven black? Because I could waste my metallic paint on having to have two coats, because here you go, this is what it looks like with just one coat of raven black on it, whereas if you put the gesso on first, you get a really good coating. All right, and this is what they look like when they come out of the mold. Aren't they gorgeous? I love this soft cream look you get with them. They're just absolutely gorgeous. But you'll see the ones that we've done today. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is put someone's birthday on, because I just love these numbers. I think they are just beautiful. And we've got a 3 here and a 0, and we've got a 7. There we go. I just thought those look fantastic.
thought you were going to do my birthday.
Well, I was going to do your birthday, Alfie, but I didn't have the right numbers because I didn't have any fast cast resin until you came home. I know. You see, I could do this one, 19.3.
No, it's too late now.
Oh, actually, I do. Look. Oh, look at that. I'll do yours. Do you want an 03? Under duress. Not at all. I don't think I have the right numbers. Look at that. There we go. You're happy now? Okay, so I'm going to use super thick to stick them on with. Oh, there we go. Because it's really, really strong glue, this, and I love it. So we're just going to offer up these. You want to put plenty on. You don't want them coming off. There we go. That's my one. Hi Wendy Wallace. Hi Lorna. Yeah, there's loads of birthdays in March in my family. We've got my niece, my husband, my mother-in-law. We've got Mother's Day. We've got Lorna's birthday. Lorna from our design team. You turn 30, don't you, Lorna? Why am I laughing? No, I'm not laughing. She is 30, honest. How old are you, Alfie?
25.
my real toy boy. 25-year-old. That's so sick, considering our daughter's 32.
That's true.
That's just not funny anymore. I'm just using a brush just to clean up any of that, slap it on that's oozed out. You do need plenty on because obviously you've got all of that texture to stick to. There we go. It gives it away a bit, considering we've got 1967 written on here.
That's just the numbers you happen to have, isn't it?
Oh yes, of course it is.
Wendy said, when's Lorna's birthday? Putting you on the spot now.
I can't remember. It's in my
Said
diary.
it's 2 days between our birthdays.
Yes.
Me and Lorna.
So it's either like my dad's birthday, it's the 17th, or it's the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
But there we go. We'll be celebrating it with a birthday cake at retreat, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Okay, so that's your super thick. Slap it on. And then, as I said, just use a brush just to clean up any really big bits. Don't want that in the way. Thanks very much. But it does, the saffron does dry clear and glossy, so it actually will work quite nicely with that. Right, next, I should not read all of the comments because I get distracted. Okay, the best thing to do is to leave it to dry naturally, but obviously I don't have time for that. So I'm going to go in and start using my gilding waxes. So let's bring those in. These are ones that I've used mixed up before. These are getting on my nerves. I've got to take those off. So we've got some lovely colours, and I thought I'd mix up some gold or some, oh, that's Puss in Boots. Now let's mix up some gold. Where's my empty tub? There we go. Okay, so make sure you use these tiny little tubs. Can we arrange to put these on the website on their own, Alfie, as well, so that we can just buy just the empty tubs? Because if we've already got our luscious, we don't want to be, we want some tiny little tubs to go in, don't we? So I've filled it half with gilding gum. Is it half? Round about. And then I'm going to put plenty of luscious in there. I've got loads to go out, and I'm just going to use the back of a paintbrush.
We have actually got them on the website.
Oh, you have? Excellent.
I'll put a link in the chat.
Yeah. So how many can you buy? 6?
6 20 mils for $4.99.
That's good, because they are pretty expensive, aren't they? Right, so you can see that it starts slowly and then build up your mixture. There we go. Lovely. And I'm just going to put some more in there because I want a really nice big full pot of it. And you get loads of luscious, so you've got plenty to play with. There we go. The more you put in, the thicker it will be, so I will be putting some more gilding gum in. There we go. Okay, yeah, so maybe I did put a little bit too much in. Try not to spill it all over the place. There we go. So first of all, it seems a little bit lumpy, but just give it a stir and it'll go smooth. Beautiful. That's lovely. There we go. Right, let's put a lid on that. So that's my gold. We've got some, I think that's verdigris. We've got some lovely green. I do have the names actually written down somewhere, so let me tell you the names of these. So that's probably Mermaid Tail. This is probably, yeah, it's verdigris, that one. This one is the Juicy Plum. Oh, look at that, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Bit of Juicy Plum. Then we've got Penny Dreadful. Right, so I wanted to show you this. So see this, it's still soft and it's still workable, but if you want it to be a little bit softer, all you need to do is just add some more gilding gum and then give that a mix, and that will just soften it all up. So at first it feels as though it's not going to go, but don't worry, it's just because it's a full pot. I just scrape all those bits around the edges, get them mixed in with the gilding gum, and it'll just all soften up nicely. Let me get a bit more gilding gum in there, because obviously stuff like this oxidizes just like paints. So in order to just bring it to something a bit softer, a bit more workable, just add more gilding gum, and then you just need to give it a really, really good stir. together. What have we got in here? So this must be grungy gold. You can see that one. Let's put this one up here. This is Unicorn Dreams, I think. There we go, that's much better. This is Penny Dreadful. And if it looks a little bit lumpy, just keep on mixing until it's nicely smooth. There we go. Yeah, like that. Lovely. And I'm just going to use my finger to just use up all these little bits here. So I'm just going to start working some of this on here, but I like to use a brush actually just to work that in. Now this brush is a bit damp. If it's drier, then you'll get a different effect. So I'm just going to work a little bit of this in, and then I'm just going to change to, let's have a little bit of this lovely green here. Oh, I like that, that's nice. Let's have a little bit on here, and this is a lovely duotone because this will turn gold as well depending on the light hitting it. There we go. I think I might just concentrate on this one for you, then you don't have to watch me do all three because it's all going to be the same, isn't it? Let's have a little bit of gold on here, and I'm going to go with this plum in the background there because it's a darker colour, and I think that and the grungy gold in there would work quite nicely, and a little bit of verdigris as well. And I like using lots and lots of different colours, so it's up to you. You can just stick with a smaller palette, but I just happen to have all of these colours, so I might as well use them. Just cleaning off my brush a little bit, and of course got to have a bit of blue in there, haven't I? Just going to go over that a little bit more. See how these aren't set yet? It's best if you probably leave it until these are set, and then you can clean brush them over with your gilding gum, and a little goes a long way. So let's have a bit of that. Oh, look at that gold, that just hits the mark, doesn't it? I think that's lovely. There we go. Let's have a little bit more copper up here just to highlight those lumpy bumps. And I do like this copper with the blue, so I'm just going to hit that, and then maybe something down here. So let's just clean that off. Let's have a bit of this juicy plum. Just a tiny bit of the juicy plum, just on the edges there. Sorry that we don't have the front facing camera, won't be able to give you a nice close-up of that.
It's a bit blurry. It's
very blurry, I'm afraid, but that's because the focus is actually on the base here. But that is really lovely. I'm going to carry on doing the rest, but I just wanted to show you some that Mike had done for us. So Mike Deakin made these during our open day that we had. What date was it?
Can't remember. Seems so long ago.
It does seem so long ago, but we are having another couple of open days because it was such good fun. It was a little bit crowded, so we'll probably, you know, do it slightly differently, have some timed events going on, and bigger marquees and stuff like that. So I think this is gorgeous, and these are the same. Have we done 30 minutes, Alfie?
25
minutes. Okay, so these are all molds that we've had in stock, and we'll probably be getting these back. I don't know about this one, but we definitely have this one with the wings. And look at the difference here with this one, because he's used a lighter effect and he's used some lovely translucent paints first, and then built up the colours very softly on a white background, whereas I've used a black background. So you can see the difference. It's a lot more delicate. It's lovely, isn't it? So that is just a bigger version of this one, which is just gorgeous. I just really love them. So thank you very much, Mike, for doing those for us. I'll just carry on for a few more minutes because I want to show you some of the pouring that I did right at the top of the show, and let you see where we're up to with those. Yeah, it is. That's a shame. So I'm just having a look. You can see that my benches aren't level, and my mermaid has dribbled a little bit. I think this one will be all right to pull out in a minute. So let me just give that another minute or so, and I'll carry on with these for a spot longer.
Yeah, it's ready to.
It's ready?
Mold, though.
Oh, excellent. Let me just push those to one side. So that's your gilding gum. You can buy the gilding gum on its own. You don't have to buy a kit. So if you've already got some luscious, all you need are some tiny pots, some really tiny pots. Okay, so all you need to do is just mix your luscious with the gilding gum, and you've got your gilding wax. Okay, let's move this over and let's have a play with these. Okay, so you can demold them after half an hour.
That was about 27 minutes.
27 minutes, okay. So they are going to be soft, okay. But if you want to be able to bend them around a vase or a bottle or anything, then this is the time to bring it out. But it is a little bit on the delicate side, okay. So I'm just going around, just trying to, you see, if it was me, I would actually leave this longer, but I just wanted to show you at least one of them. So let's just gently ease this out without losing any of those flowers. Oh, you see, this is it. It's not quite there, Alfie. Especially with that run over there. The good thing is you can actually take that run over off. Be very careful with the mermaid.
Yeah, this is too soft, I think.
Yeah, I think this. See, we're gonna lose that. Yeah, see how that's. Oh, you see, determined to get her out, aren't I? Wowzer. Oh, good grief, look at that. Oh, isn't she lovely? So that's lovely. So these run-off pieces you can just pull off, but I would leave them to set a bit longer, and then you can just use a pair of scissors or something just to snip off those excess pieces. Looks like white chocolate, I know, but gorgeous, hey? So at the moment, because it's so soft, you could, if you wanted to, bend that wing, you know, however you wanted, and just leave that to set. So I would now put it onto a one of our paint mats, and that way, or a silicone mat, and then it won't stick to any surface. But isn't that gorgeous? That is just really beautiful.
Catch the light with it, because there we can see a bit more detail. Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
That's
You
it.
can see the detail of that. It's incredibly good detail, and that's the lovely thing about the fast cast. Because it's so runny when you first mix it, it really does catch all of that lovely detail, which is just gorgeous. So that is the Swan Dream, I think it is, which is really lovely. I'll put that on a mat. I don't think we're going to get Mermaid out. No, she's too soft. And it's a shame we can't push this into a mould, isn't it? Aha. Okay, we might get a number 6 out of that. Possibly. Okay. I might just pull up a corner of this to let you see this, and I'll pop it back in. Oh no, it's like molten chocolate. It's just going to pull it. Can you see? It's far too soft, so it needs another 5 minutes or so to get it hard and then pull it out. I think it's about an hour, isn't it, Alfie, before it's solid and you can pull it out. It depends on the temperature in your room, because if it's warm, it's going to take longer to cure. It remains softer for longer, but we tend to leave it an hour, don't we, when we're making these? 30
to an hour, it does depend.
Yeah. But anyway, there you go. Beautiful. Lovely. So that was Swan Dream. Okay, thank you so much everybody for watching. Remember that Alfie's done you 30% off all of the Zori molds, and all you need to do is put Z30 in your little voucher box on your basket checkout page rather, and it'll then come off the total. So nice big discount, Alfie. Thanks very much for that. Like that. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll be back next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Oh, by the way, there's still spaces on the Manchester Dirty Weekend this weekend. So looking forward to seeing everybody. It's going to be great. We are going to be doing lots of this, lots of mold making, lots of lovely stuff. It's going to be brilliant. I'm so looking forward to it. It's always a favourite. And yeah, first of the year. So if you fancy a weekend away in Manchester with me and Alfie, come on down. It'd be lovely to see you. Book online at the events page under Dirty Weekends. We also have a pop-up shop, so if you are in the area and you fancy a bit of shopping, you can actually just come into, what's the hotel called?
Oh look, you always ask me this. I think it is the Holiday Inn, isn't it? No, it's not. Let me just...
It's the Holiday Inn Express, isn't it, at Salford Quays?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, that's great.
Hang on, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
Media City Holiday Inn.
There you go.
Not the Express. That's a different one.
It's a different one. Okay, so this is Media City Holiday Inn, Salford Quays.
It's the one just next to the BBC, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It is next to BBC, because we occasionally see crowds and famous people, don't we?
Very occasionally.
Very occasionally going into the BBC. So it's Media City Holiday Inn.
M52EQ is the postcode.
There you go. I'll repeat that. M52EQ is the sat-nav postcode. There is parking right next to it, directly opposite, so you don't have to walk anywhere.
20% off in the shop.
Ooh, 20% off in the shop. So come to the pop-up shop. This weekend it's open Saturday and Sunday from 9 AM till 5 on Saturday and 9 till 3 on Sunday. Okay, hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks ever so much everybody, and we'll see you next week. Bye.